Hi, I'm Sean Bokhoven, Wealth Management Advisor for Signature Wealth Strategies and Raymond James. I was born and raised in Iowa for the most part, and then my dad, who was a traveling furniture sales rep at the time, got a sales position for Edward Jones Investments. And back in those days, which was in the 80s, they would open up a map. Jones was grown. Where do you want to be? And he goes, anywhere warmer. And they said, well, we've got an office in Sanford, North Carolina. So I grew up in the Southern Pines, Sanford area for most of my life before I ended up here in Winston-Salem. I actually went to community college and got a small business degree. At that time, I had my own business. It was a mobile auto repair business, working out of a van. So that was what my dream was, to do that, where I could kind of control it myself and do my own thing. It wasn't long though before I realized maybe I don't want to do this the rest of my life. And about that time, I got a job offer to go work in the finance department at a local boat dealership. And so that's how I ended up more on the finance side. And then at one point, a buddy of mine asked me, what's he got to do to get a job with Edward Jones, because he would love to be a financial advisor. And I said, I don't know, let me call Dad and ask him. So I called my dad and asked him, and he was telling me about what you got to do. And then he said, well, why don't you try? Have you ever thought about it? And I was like, nah, I don't really think that's for me. And he goes, yeah, you probably couldn't get the job anyway. And I remember being taken back by that. And because nobody wants to hear their dad say they can't do that, right? And so I was like, well, maybe I could. What's the worst that'll happen? So I applied for the job, and next thing I know, there I was doing it. So when I first got into business, it was very commission-based back in those days. I don't really know if anybody was doing the fee-based model at that point. And as the industry evolved, that became more attractive to clients. As time went on, advisors and the clients, but specifically the advisors, started to realize, wait a minute, this is putting me on the same side of the table as you. If we do our job well, and your investments and your accounts and your portfolios grow, and as a fee-based structure, then our business grows with you. Obviously, the inverse is true. If we do a lousy job, I'm taking a pay cut this year. One of the things that we do well that I've always enjoyed is, it's not just the planning piece. It's not just the investment management piece. I think everybody does that. And I don't think clients come to us for the telephone book of charts and graphs that they get. What they're coming here for is, I want to be able to retire XYZ. I want to do these things with my family. That's what's important. And that's, at the end of the day, what I think we're good at speaking to. I've got two daughters. Bailey's 21, McKenna just turned 18. I love to go camping. I took the kids camping. We actually bought a camper many, many years ago when the kids were little. And we ended up deciding that it was way easier. We'll use this camper a lot more if we just keep it at the campground rather than in my backyard. I taught my kids how to swim at that campground. I taught my kids how to ride a bike at that campground. It was really great. We had a good time. Then all of a sudden they turned 16 and the campground's no fun anymore. On a personal level, I love to ride a motorcycle, pack up the tent, the backpack, and have a destination in mind just for a picture of nothing else. And then whatever happens between here and there, we'll see. New Mexico, Wyoming, Colorado, been a lot of great places and seen a lot of beautiful things and met some interesting people along the way. I think at the end of the day, what I really like about it is clients come to you and yes, they've been successful at something in their life, which is how they've created these assets and this net worth to begin with. But they don't really know what to do with it or how to turn it into the thing that really makes them smile at the end of the day, what fills them, right? And I think helping them with that, that's a pretty fantastic thing to witness and to be a part of. And that feels super empowering. And that makes us excited about coming into work on Mondays.